I'll wait for your
For your wife was about to mock me.
Your
Hello.
Oh, hi.
Hi, everyone. My wife is mocking me and we haven't even started yet. It's like the third attempt and then she's like mocking me before I can even think. Welcome.
Gave you time to think.
Welcome to the grizzled universe? Sure. Grizzly universe. There we go. Where my wife mocks us endlessly for pretending to fly spaceships in space. And then, oh, now we get to mock her for burping in front of everyone.
I don't care. If I need to relieve gas, I will.
Famous last words.
There's a lot of gas in space, you know. Gas.
Oh. I think she just hinted that nebulas are actually farts. Just really,
Gastroids.
really gastroids. Really. Speaking of gas giants,
asteroids. Sorry.
Asteroids. But watch out for them gas giants too close to the asteroids, boys.
That's the term, gas giants.
Nebulas are supposed to be the big dust and gas clouds.
Not the one that bites dust.
Oh man, I have to apologize.
I did not spike the chocolate, hot chocolate.
My wife is high on hot chocolate, and I am drunk on tiredness, which is to say, I am overworked, exhausted, and this would be why.
Drunk on tiredness, hangover.
Hangover, yes, hangover, with no happy times, just dead. You should have seen the look my wife just gave me.
Different meaning, and you know it.
Mm-hmm. Oh gosh, people come on and all they hear is us laughing. I don't even care. I'm gonna laugh.
Oh, I have a headache because I have my hair up so high. And,
You have a headache from being so high?
No, my hair was put up in the bun and I had it a little too tight. Oh.
Speaking of getting high, we're gonna talk about a space yacht today.
A what?
A space boat yacht.
Space yacht?
Space yacht. It's called.
You have to be a boomer to have one?
In this case, you could be a vicious mercenary who's just good at killing people. Poor wife. You guys can't see it, but she's in a lot of pain.
It's like right there.
Don't worry. The space yacht will make you feel happy. In this case, we are talking about the 600i. No, not the 400i. Not the... Thanks, wife.
Sorry.
My wife just texted me, even though...
Those are ants.
Oh. Never mind.
There's this thing called a group chat.
Rude. My wife has been texting me from 2 feet away, though. It's kind of funny.
Technically, it was your uncle and your cousin. Okay. I'm sorry, end up going on your phone as well.
This is so rude. Can a man make a recording? While he's high. He just wants to make a recording about a fake spaceship in a fake universe that's being reworked. And yeah, if you guys paid attention to... what day is it? What day is it, wife?
It's a Monday.
I know it's a Monday.
It's
like
December
the 6th.
Of December.
No wonder it's the evil number. No wonder it's been hell today. So, I don't know why we just went quiet. The point, if you listened to last week's, what was it, Star Citizen Live? I think it was Star Citizen Live. Lots of juicy details came out about ships. And for some reason, the thing that stuck out to me the most and got me the most excited is the
Fender?
Is the what?
Excuse Fender. Me. Like Fender.
Fender bender.
Stuck out.
Wife is mocking me because I deliver packages for a living. And fender benders can literally mean the end of your job sometimes.
I'm so sorry.
She's freaking out over here. It's okay. We want her to freak out. It makes an entertaining video, right? Right. So, the 600i is getting a rework. It makes me excited. Because even though I don't have a 600i, I don't. I find it a very interesting ship to shoot for, but right now there's very little reason to get it other than to feel fancy and have 3 size 4 weapons. Wife's giving me the ooh size 4. But the whole lack of gameplay and use is changing and is really juicy. It's oh my, yes, the size 4s are really juicy, wife.
Lord help me.
Lord help the juicy wife. So,
Excuse me.
you're excused. So,
Don't you juicy wife me.
juicy wife. Juicy wife.
Sounds weird.
Anyway, I'm sure I'm gonna get several videos out of this.
Better. That's where. Never mind.
I'm gonna go back to the space yacht now.
Let me do that. At least you didn't use the word saucy.
Saucy lady. That's what I'll paint on the side of my 600i just
saucy
for you.
Lass.
Saucy lass. It'll land on the Pippin Corgi.
Saucy lassie.
The saucy lassie will land on the Pippin Corgi, and we'll have good party times. Yes.
What's a collie, a border collie, and a corgi look like?
Something stubby.
Stop! It says 40.
It makes it sound like a three-legged dog though, since there's only 3 guns. Well, I mean, there's more in the turrets. Doesn't count though, does it? Anyway, what's exciting about this is because it looks like, if you look at the other spaceships in the Origin lineup, I know I talk about Origin a lot. I know, surprisingly, Origin catches my attention. I don't know why. I'm not usually a fancy pants boy. I'm not into Mercedes in real life. Though I do have a thing for Audi for some reason. So, the main thing that's fun about the Origin ships that they're setting up is they're making them almost like in-between ships. If you look at the 400i and you compare it to the Constellations and all that, it doesn't look very good. But if you compare it to like the Freelancers and the Cutlasses, it actually seems like a pretty darn good option. And that's because if you look at it, it's an in-between ship between the medium ships and the large ships. And the 600i, given its size and where they seem to be doing it and the upgrades they talked about, it should be an in-between between large ships and the super large ships. The super large ships. And why is that important? Because, you know, you have things like the Constellation series that I just talked about, the Connies. And my brain's tired. Hang on. I think the mole counts. Like, large...
Moles are disgusting creatures, too. What's worse, that or a sloth?
This is just an ugly ship meant for mining. Hence mole. It's a space mole. Yes, that horrible thing that grows on your skin, but it's in space.
No, their mouth. It looks like they have a starfish on their mouth. Though.
Starfish mouth.
You know what I'm talking
about. I do know what I'm talking about. So, starfish mouths aside, the point is, right, you have your sizes, right? Small, medium, large, and capital. But there's several ships that kind of fit in between. They blur the lines, and the blur the line ships are great for especially solo pilots and small organizations who want the capabilities of a slightly larger ship.
Blurry lines,
huh? But obviously they don't have the manpower or the resources to crew, say, something like an Odyssey, which we'll get into in a later video. It still looks like a dildo to me.
Adventures in Odyssey.
Adventures in Odyssey, says the wife about the giant, massive dildo ship. Crazy. Yes, for some reason, Misk makes dildo ships. Flying penis ships. You remember the Freelancer ship that I flew through that big circle vagina space station? Look, if they didn't want me to fly the penis-shaped Freelancer through the vagina-shaped space station, they shouldn't have made both and put them in the same game. That's all I'm saying. Like the old line goes, if God didn't want me to put a 50 caliber round inside my 12 gauge shotgun, he shouldn't have made it fit. That's what she
said. Donut and a bagel analogy?
Yeah, yes, that's what she said before she had triplets. Oh, by the way, you guys should check it out. What's the name of the channel? It's that guy with all the AKs. Anyway, he actually tested out a 50 caliber round inside a Chinese shotgun, and the shotgun didn't explode. Fancy that! It works. Not very well. Good luck getting follow-up shots. But it shot and it didn't explode. Don't try it at home, though. Knowing your luck, your shotgun will explode. I'm just going to say it. So, back to the 600i. What makes this exciting? Well, the big one that really jumped out to me, well, two big ones, but the main one is a medbed.
Yes, the big one.
The big one. The medbed is really important because very few ships have medical beds, especially ships that are smaller than capital ships. You guys can't see it, but my wife just like go like my wife just like looked at me and like snuggled up like, ooh, story time. She has a very good story time face. Just like, just tell me a story. Mansplain to me all day long. Okay, well the medbeds, medical, yes, are
depending how tired you are.
they're obviously where you can heal characters and where you can spawn tier 2 ones. So any ship that has these automatically has a capability that just puts leaps and bounds above other ships because you're gonna die in Star Citizen. Now, obviously, death has consequences. They're gonna encourage less death, but let's face it, you're gonna die a lot in Star Citizen. It's gonna happen. I want to get used to it.
At least it's painless.
Yes. No, I feel a lot of pain in it sometimes, especially when it's not my fault. Just recently, I'm gonna have to do a video on this later too. If you use a small enough ship and you fill it with enough bodies that you plan to loot, apparently they vibrate just enough to damage your ship till it explodes. Yes, I have looted entire bunkers only to have my ship explode while I was trying to put the bodies into my inventory. The armor off the bodies, not the bodies themselves, wife. Calm down. I'm not that kind of guy.
I was just thinking of a whole bunch of,
There's just a whole bunch of corpses sitting in my inventory.
And just, banging around the ship until their ship exploded.
It's actually a lot like that. That's like 15, 20 bodies and a little Pisces. And eventually, because there's too much geometry on top of each other, they start like...
That's one way to explode a dead body.
I wish it was that easy in real life. For totally non-psychotic reasons. Though I guess we should be happy that that this doesn't happen in real life, because that means when you were a kid and your parents stuffed like 20 of you inside their SUV, you would have exploded.
Overseas, we tried fitting how many people in the van? A 12 passenger van?
Well, did you get to 30?
No, we got more than that.
We got more than 30.
Like 35 inside the vehicle, and then about 10 people on top of the vehicle.
Asians. Yes, your van would have definitely exploded in Star Citizen.
However, in Cambodia, they're even more intense with stuffing people in small quarters.
Yes, the more third world you get, the tighter the sardines.
Sardines.
And then there's Japan.
That's disgusting.
You grew up in a country in Asia that's not Japan when someone says, and then there's Japan, and you go, disgusting. disgusting. You know how you know that it was like a Southeast Asia? If you say that about China, Korea, or Japan, and that's the first reaction. Yeah.
At least Korea is more, civilized. Especially South Korea.
The more picked on you are, the more civilized they view you. So, back to the 600i. These editions are great because this makes the 600i way more viable option, which is good. I gotta look at the price points again. I forget how expensive it is. But because it's kind of almost the sports car of the medium, large ships, which is to say, of course, I mean, compared to a fighter, it's the whale. However, compare it to other whales, and it's like a dolphin, which is really important.
So I'm a dolphin compared to a whaled feminist. Got it.
You're more like a barracuda compared to a whale feminist.
Remember that time I had a dream and I described to you what a barracuda looked like? And it was a barracuda, and I had no idea.
I had to describe to her what the small shark with the protruding fangs actually was. That was quite fun. She knew what a barracuda was, too. Her brain just couldn't compute.
I was pregnant at the time.
Yes. No space yachts. Ooh, what if they made space barracudas? They already have space whales. Barracudas could happen. No barracuda space. Wife just gives me the no, senor. no space barracudas. Be kind of like Sharknado, except they just fly where they want. Give them some of those bulbous sacs that let them hover, like they have helium inside them. And then they fart to move really fast. And they go like the snake dragons. There's a lot of awkward silences in this video, and I'm going to leave them all in. You guys get ever less awkward silence. Okay, so 20 minutes in, and I'm like, hey, they're adding a medbed. It's sweet. Yes, it is. For obvious reasons. This makes it much more viable as an exploration craft. Because, obviously, if you're exploring or you're far out, and there's no space station, and you die... You're going to be days away from your friends. Okay. But something else that's kind of nice about the 600i is compared to like the Carrack and other big ships in its class, you can get by soloing it. You probably want at least one other guy there or an NPC crew or whatever, but it's much more... Yes, it's a wife. Yes, in my case, a wife. But it's much more viable to kind of fly alone. It is a big ship. Don't... Yeah. Don't be challenging people to dogfights unless you got a couple guys in the turrets. Holy heck. But also they talked about putting a proper, some more SCU, which is great. You really needed it. And a proper vehicle bay, which is exciting. Because when they do something like this, you know what this means, wife? We get to stuff as many vehicles in it as possible to see what fits.
Until your ship explodes.
Yes. Except no, like, fit as many as you can without that vibration thing that explodes everything.
You know those vehicles have shocks, right?
Yep, not in this case. The shocks might even make it worse. It's a very funny little physics problem.
It might make it worse, so therefore your ship explodes.
Yes.
The shocks cause bouncing, which cause vibrations.
Are you testing the shocks right now, wife?
I'm testing my husband.
Yeah, I'm testing my husband's shocks.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Oh, man. So...
You said it, not me.
No. So, what I'm hoping for with this, though, is that it's big enough that you can actually fit maybe a spaceship or two in it. At least a stub fighter. I would love to see something like a Pisces be able to fit in there. Because then, okay, that might be a bit much to expect, and I know you're getting into the Carrack's territory. But the Carrack has a massive amount of SCU. And it's a step up. But again, right, if you think of the 600i as a in-between, so something that It's an upgrade from the Constellations, but kind of a downgrade from something like a Carrack and other big ships like that. Then it's a nice little transition, and yeah, exciting. Plus, it's supposed to be modular. I'm really curious to see what they do with the modules. Could we see a more militarized version with more pew-pews? Maybe extensive range with more fuel tanks? I don't think they would go as crazy to give it the ability to put a refinery on there, but that would be kind of cool. We'll just have to wait and see. But, yeah. For some reason, that just excited me more than all the other information, so I started out with a video on that. I know, I'm silly. I'm a silly person, but I like shiny, fancy spaceships, and I like them having actual purposes besides being fancy. Besides, I hear people who have been using...
Who would have known that you like things that are useful, too.
Useful and fancy. And I hear people actually get some good mileage out of the 600i when they're in at least NPC combat. Don't try to do it against a player who knows what he's doing, though, unless you're like ambushing a smaller ship that will die in one salvo, because they will just fly circles around you.
What?
Hi. Anyway, look forward to that. We got more videos to talk about. I know my videos are going to be out of order and crazy and weird and nuts because my life is like that right now. Like, it's going to be all time and it's going to be all over the place. Like, I think today, right now, of this recording, I have no idea when this will go up, but I just put my Redeemer one up that I've been trying to put up for like a week. Yeah, like the hype about the Redeemer has been done for like a week, 2 weeks, and I'm just now getting my Redeemer video up.
You've been a busy man.
Yeah, well, sure, I have been busy. And doing more than testing shocks, I'll have you know.
What?
I'm not, I'm not testing your shocks, wife. So...
Yeah, you ain't.
You know, on that note, I think I better get off. So, just warning you guys, it's going to be crazy. I'm going to be late, out of order, while... my wife is really going crazy right now. Just warning you guys, it's life, it's why you come here. Professionalism and being completely late to the party. But it'll be fun. Alright, catch you guys later. Oh, like, subscribe, share, comment. Go punch a Drake and Finciano. Yeah.
Then check your wife shocks.
And test your wife's socks. Shocks. Put her in socks, then test her shocks. This has been the Grizzly out.